but it's also a party. So there's like 50 people you don't know. You can't come out like in front of 50 people you don't know with your wanger hanging out.
Most actors aren't truly naked in nude scenes. 99.9% of the time, their co-stars are staring at flesh-colored underwear and modesty cups that hide all the dangly bits. Again, most of the time. In the 6th episode of Season 2 of Parks and Recreation, Amy Poehler was supposed to open the door to find Chris Pratt's character performing a slightly romantic and very naked gesture, at which point she would act surprised. But she did not have to act because Poehler is genuinely flabbergasted at the sight of Pratt's little Goomba.
To me, it didn't seem like she really was reacting to seeing my and so I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop my trowel as an improv. She'll open the door and then that will be the take that they'll use, right?
Thank you so. Wow! Oh! Why are you naked? Oh!
Poehler was so convincingly stunned that they used that take in the episode. However, not long after, Pratt received an angry letter from the studio ordering him to never ever be naked again, around his non-consenting coworkers at least. Presumably he was still allowed to take showers and stuff. They also told him,
It said, first of all, this is not a joke. You're being reprimanded. This is the last warning. It can't happen again. And also, we don't want you going around and talking about this letter like it was some kind of joke.
Speaking of male actors getting nude to make their female co-stars uncomfortable,
Well, why can't you just masturbate like the rest of us?
let's talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. While fans were all about the Buffy and Angel sex scenes, the actors were all about making those scenes as annoying as possible for each other. According to Geller, whenever they shot a kissing scene, they'd tank up on stuff like tuna fish and pickles, which would make even the strongest vampire long for the smell of garlic.
Sexual tension you could cut with a knife.
Geller also made her co-star's job of ravishing her as tricky as possible by pinning or sewing shut her shirts and pants, forcing the brooding hunk to fiddle with her clothes like he was a nervous 9th grader. However, Geller's chastity needlework was the exact opposite of what he did, which involved getting butt naked at the drop of a hat. It's shocking how often he was comfortable being naked and how giggly he was, recalled Charisma Carpenter, who played Cordelia. Geller added that he would literally come out with no pants on just to see if you could keep a straight face. The Buffy cast went on to clarify that when they said he went naked, they do mean completely naked. Apparently seeing no need for a sock, he made those forays onto the set entirely au naturel, which is French for inches away from a workplace harassment claim. The inches varied, depending on how cold the set was that day. But don't think this is a modern development. Even back in the day, men couldn't keep their pants on.
All you care about is lots of orgasms.
See, The Godfather is rightly considered one of the greatest movies of all time. It was a huge hit at the box office, won Best Picture at the Oscars, launched the career of Al Pacino, and proved that a supporting character can spend an entire film speaking in a ridiculous voice and still win an Academy Award. The film's enduring legacy is only slightly discolored by the fact that, in at least some of those groundbreaking and memorable scenes, the actors aren't wearing any pants. Not even the horse! Between takes of this ultra-serious mob drama, the cast were goofing off like middle schoolers on Substitute Teacher Day pretty much the whole time. One of their favorite running gags was to drop their pants and moon each other. It all started with James Caan and Robert Duvall, who, for some indescribably insane reason, decided the only way to overcome their nervousness about working with the legendary Marlon Brando was to flap their naked ass cheeks at him in between takes. However, if you're under the impression that Brando was above asinine hijinks, then you have seriously overestimated him. While cameras were being put in place and 500 extras were being assembled for the film's famous wedding scene, Brando took the opportunity to turn around, pull down his pants, and flash his legendary trouser hands to the entire cast and crew. And as a reward for this noble act of public exposure, Caan and Duvall presented Brando with a belt that read, Mighty Moon King. I hear that it goes great with assless chaps.